My name is Tay. I have a problem. I have too many books. That's not all of my books. These are all of my books. So because I go to so many little free libraries, my book collection is just growing and growing and growing. I have been in a reading slump for quite some time now because I have been focusing on my writing projects so much. I am ready to dive back into reading. We are gonna do something a little different. I have organized my bookshelf many a time on my channel, but like I said, we're gonna do something different. We are going to take all of the books down that are in my bookshelf, as well as all of the ones that are in the closet, because yes, I do have books tucked away in my closet. We are gonna go through all of them and see what is unread and what is read. And all of the books that are unread, I will put in a spinner wheel like this. Through the course of however long it takes me, I'm going to get through my TBR by letting this spinner wheel choose what I read. In this video, I am not going to be using the spinner wheel or reading from it yet, but there will be reading vlogs coming very soon with me using the spinner wheel. Also, some short form content over on my Instagram. So if you want to go follow me there, the link is going to be down below. Let's go through my books. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I said I had a problem, I really meant that. Pulling those books out of the closet was honestly a wake-up call for me because I didn't realize how many books were actually tucked away in there. I don't know how many books I own, and we are gonna do a count after we go through all of them because I know I'm probably gonna get rid of some. Mind you, I live full-time in an RV, traveling the country with my husband. So having this many books on hand is not necessary. It's just not necessary, but I love them. We are gonna go through them and figure out what is read and what is unread. And I will tell you right now, I know for a fact the books that I have read is not gonna be very many, because for the most part, I do like to donate books after I have read them if they are not like an all-time favorite that I don't see myself rereading at some point. I'm also thinking as we do it, I will decide if it is an unread book, if I do want to keep it or not. Let's go. The Letters of Vincent van Gogh. I am not very far into this, but I am currently reading it. It's one of those books that I pick up from time to time. I don't want to get rid of it. Should I have a currently reading section? I should. I think it would be really interesting to see how many books I have started. This will be a part of our currently reading. Okay. Bride, unread. This is Strands of Starlight. I did start this one, but I don't know if I will actually finish it. And I just gotta be honest, I don't think I'm actually gonna read this one. I'll put that to the side. Payback's a Witch. I have not read this, but I really wanna read it in the fall time. 5 Tuesdays in Winter. This is Lily King. It is like a short story collection. I liked some of them a lot. I ended up rating each one individually. It had a 3.25 overall, like as the average. Some of them I really enjoyed, some of them I didn't. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not though, but it is read, so I'll put it in red. An Indigenous Peoples History of the United States. I have not read this one yet, but this is a book of nonfiction that I really do want to read. And then this is a Norton Anthology of Native Nations Poetry. When the light of the world was subdued, our songs came through. Really want to read this. I should keep this with my poetry books. I don't, but I should. The Tao of Pooh and the Tea of Piglet. This is another one I have not read, but I really want to. I'm sorry if I look like I'm glistening, is because I'm sweating. First Time Caller, I have read. This is one of my favorite rom-coms ever. Love this book, highly recommend. Euphoria, another book that I have read. This is annotated, and this is one of 2 copies I have. I should probably find... So I have 2 copies, and you can kind of see why. So this one I got from the thrift store, and it was heavily heavily desaturated. But this is the one that I annotated initially in, and then I transferred my annotations into this fresh copy. So I'm thinking I might donate this one. Even though it has annotations, maybe somebody will be into that. I love when I get books that are annotated from like used bookstores or little libraries. So I think I'll keep this one, donate this one. We're doing pretty good though. That's 3 read. Ooh, The Sorrows of Young Werther. Just take a screenshot, get this somewhere on your to be read pile. The yearning in this story, unmatched. These are my annotations. There are other short stories in here. I think I've read like technically half. I'm not necessarily eager to continue like to read it. I really got this for The Sorrows of Young Werther. So I'm gonna say this is read because I read what I wanted to read out of it. Save the Cat, the last book on novel writing you'll ever need. I have not read really anything. I read the introduction. So nonfiction unread pile. We have A Disgraceful Affair by Dostoevsky. This is a couple different short stories of his. I actually read all of them in this collection and I annotated the crap out of this book. So boom, another read right off the bat. I'll just pull these books. It is the entire Hunger Games collection aside from Sunrise on the Reaping. I think I want to wait for the paperback to come out before I get it. I have read the initial trilogy when I was in high school. I have not read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yet, but I did see the movie. Not that that's the same thing at all. I don't want to like separate them because I want to do a reread of the Hunger Games and like read all of them including Sunrise on the Reaping in a reading vlog. Maybe I'll put this under read because I don't want this to go on the spinner wheel. In my head I already have like in mind to read them for a dedicated vlog, so I'm gonna put them in a weird middle place. Okay, these are all poetry books. I think I'm just gonna add them to my poetry like anthology that I just showed you guys. This one's read, this one's read. John Updike I have not read. This one read, this one unread, and this one also unread. I think I'm just gonna put them the poetry anthology just to have all my poetry together. Promise Me Sunshine. This is another book that I have read. This is way more than I thought there would be. But this is a book that I really loved. I wanted to get a physical copy of it because I loved it so much and I do want to reread and annotate it. That's also the same reason I did that for First Time Caller. I read them both as ARCs and I loved them so much that I wanted to get physical copies of them. Yeah, this one's not going anywhere. This is my favorite romance, I would say, like more contemporary romance. It's not like rom-com where the other one is very lighthearted. This deals with some heavy-hitting topics, but I really, really loved this. Oh, I feel like we're about to get hit with a lot of unread books. Name of the Wind, Patrick Rothfuss. I know that's not how you say his name. I just like to say it that way. This is unread for sure. I really don't know when I'll get around to this, but I got this for free and a part of me just couldn't pass that up because I've really been wanting to read this, but I don't have it, like, it's not something I really want to pick up at this moment, so unread. Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I started reading and then I sat down. I soft DNF'd this one. I'm gonna put it under unread because I would not say I'm currently reading that. Oh! Flowers from the Void. This is a horror short story collection. This is another one you should probably screenshot and add to your TBR. This is so good. Like if you're wanting to kind of break out of your normal genre and like pick something up that is fast paced, that will keep you on your toes, that is really intriguing, great writing, Flowers from the Void. This is the one for you. Also, just like I said with Promise Me Sunshine and First Time Caller, really want to annotate this one because I loved it so much. I'm gonna save that for spooky season though. For agreements, I got this, I think, from either a little library or the thrift store for really, really cheap. And this one is annotated. We have Orbital by Samantha Harvey. A little over 100 pages into this. I won't lie, I kind of got bored. This is a lot of no plot, just vibes. I really needed something fast paced. I was doing a 24-hour reading challenge with some of my friends and I just couldn't get myself to read this one. I do want to finish this though, like really soon. So I am gonna add this to our currently reading pile. Grimoire Noir. This is a graphic novel and it's obviously spooky season. I read this last year. I ate it up. Love it so much. I am gonna reread this every spooky season. Highly recommend if you want something quick, fast-paced, but also very engaging. I have not read this. Thought about donating it And Becca Tobar, she told me not to donate it. Thanks to bestie Becca, I am not gonna be donating this. I'm gonna try to read this in spooky season. I have a very long fall TBR, if you can't tell already. I have so many books. If you haven't grabbed a fun drink or snack, now is the time to do so. We still have all of that and all of that to go through. I think I'm gonna start talking more briefly about the books than I have been, even though I do feel like I've been brief, just because we have so much. Oh yeah, that's good. We are gonna go a little bit quicker. This is too much. This video will never end. This day will never end. East of Eden, I am halfway through. I am actually currently reading this one. I keep it in my purse all the time. I hate this cover. I hate it so much. So I do want to get a new edition of this. I also really want to annotate it because I genuinely am finding this so incredibly well written. The story is great. I'm loving this. I hate this edition, so I'm not annotating it, but I am halfway through. This book, Being There, I picked this up from a local thrift store. It's really thin, cost me 50 cents. I don't know what this is about, but I'm intrigued, and it's teeny tiny. This one I also got from that same thrift store trip, and this is Years of Wonder, a novel of the plague. Spring 1666, when the Great Plague reaches the quiet Derbyshire village of Eyam, the villagers make an extraordinary decision. They elect to isolate themselves in a fateful quarantine. I guess it's based off of a true story. Interested in that. The Train by Georges Simeon, I think that's how you say the name. Again, picked this up from the thrift store. It seemed interesting, very short. Possession, this is a book I have seen around and I love the cover. It's a romance. I have seen this many times and I've almost bought it a lot. And finally, I decided to pick this up from half price and I'm very excited about it. A Lesson Before Dying. This is another one I picked up from that thrift store trip. Really excited to read this one. One of my friends actually said that this is a great read and that I should pick this up very soon. Bunny! Everybody call Mick. I really want to read this one soon. The wheel could choose differently. Who knows? This honestly may be one that I just pick up. I'm very excited about this. Then we have The Days of Abandonment by Elena Ferrante. Another book I'm extremely excited about. I know her more popular book is My Brilliant Friend, but this cover is stunning, and also this edition is annotated. Thank you. Firekeeper's Daughter, which I do have the sleeve off of because this is one I am also reading right now. This is for my members book club, which if you would like to join the book club, the link is down below. This is our July pick, so I am making my way through this. I'll add it to our currently reading. Look at that, we finished a whole stack. These 3 books are all by the same author and they are all on writing. So this is by Natalie Goldberg. I have Writing Down the Bones, which is a book that I have read, really loved it, annotated the crap out of it, and then these 2 books are also by her. And yeah, they're just books on writing that I usually keep in my cabinet above my desk where I write so that I can just kind of reach up there and grab them whenever I need, along with like Save the Cat, and just keep those together and probably back up there in that cabinet. YouTube will not like this cover, but A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway, haven't read. White Oleander, haven't read. I'm trying to separate them a little bit into genre. The Collected Works of Oscar Wilde. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this. I have no idea. This may be one that we store because this is crazy. Ulysses by James Joyce. Again, this like edition I really love. Just like that one, I really loved that edition, but I just don't see myself picking this up anytime soon. Another stack done. We'll go over here. This is Out of Circulation. It's like a little cozy mystery. I don't see myself picking this up at any time. So I'm gonna take my bookmark out and we're gonna donate it. Okay, Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead. I actually don't know if I would read this. I don't think so. Not for really any reason. Let me know if I should donate that or not. I just have so many books. I have so many books. I'll put it in a maybe. Gone Girl, I think I'm gonna donate. I got this from a thrift store because I had just watched the movie again. I was really curious how the book compares to the movie, and I genuinely don't think I'm ever gonna read this. So, donate. Ooh, The Women of Brewster Place by Gloria Naylor. I am gonna pick this up. Super excited about that. Slay. This is a book that I got from a little free library, and it was in like a blind date with a book. Very excited to pick this one up. I think it's YA. This one, Things We Found When the Water Went Down. I don't know. This is again from that same little library haul. I'm pretty sure this stack, most of those are. Okay, wait, this is actually a sleigh. keep Guild. I was not aware that this was like a dark fantasy romance. I'm pretty sure it is a dark fantasy romance, but I read the first like couple pages because I didn't know what the story was really going to be about. I didn't expect what I got, which was immediate spice. I did not expect that. I'm not mad. I just didn't expect it. These books are all fantasy. This one has to do with like tea, and this one has to do with dragons. I have both books. I don't know if this is a duology or a trilogy, but I have 2 books in it. This is a duology, so I have all of them. I don't see myself reading them anytime soon, so a part of me wants to store them, specifically these, because I won them in a giveaway and they are signed copies, but I really have not had the urge to pick them up, and it's not their fault, it's my fault. With this book, bestie Natalie also has a copy of So Let Them Burn. I think we might do a book club. I think so. So I think I'm gonna keep these 2. Put these in storage. Next up we have Trickster, which is another graphic novel. This is Native American Tales, a graphic novel collection. Very excited to read this one. I have read a couple out of it, but again, this is another thing I think I just will pick up over time and read a couple stories in. I think I'm gonna donate this. I just don't see myself reading it. Okay, so this one, When I Am an Old Woman, I Shall Wear Purple. I got this from a little library. Once again, I'm trying to be very critical of what I am keeping because I have too many books and too little space. The goal for today is to be able to fit all of my books up in those 3 bookshelves and that be it, and keep that closet empty. So I think I'm gonna donate this one. Next up we have The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. James Baldwin, Going to Meet the Man, as well as James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time, which I have read. Next we have The Scarlet Letter, Persuasion, Treasure Island, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, An American Slave. So all of these are like the same vibe, so we'll keep them together, but I haven't read any of these yet. Then we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which I haven't read yet. I have read The Hobbit. I love Lord of the Rings. The movies mean everything to me. They are my childhood. I want to read these. I'm thinking this will be another big reading vlog. And when I mean like huge reading vlogs, I'm gonna read all of the books in that reading vlog. So same with The Hunger Games. It'll probably be like in over an hour reading vlog. We have Normal People by Sally Rooney, which I did just read. I watched the Hulu series all in one day and I ate it up. Love it so much. Another one for the red pile. We have Voltaire, Candid, I'm not really sure. We have another copy of Mice and Men because I didn't realize that I got both of these from little libraries. So one of these we will be donating. They're both in great condition. We have Beloved by Toni Morrison, Big Swiss, and Salvador by Joan Didion. This one is also annotated. Very excited about that. Jasmine and Jake Rock the Boat. This is a cute little romance. I found this in a little library with my mom. Another one I'm super excited about. Then we have Parable of the Sower, graphic novel edition. This one I found in a little free library as well. Like, are you joking? Then we have The Handmaid's Tale, another little library find with my mom. We have The Slow Regard of Silent Things. This, I don't think I'm ever gonna read. Patrick Rothfuss in the introduction of this actually said he recommends you to read The Name of the Wind first, as well as I think another book. And since I have no desire to pick either of those books up anytime soon, I think I'm gonna donate this. We have this book, which I pretty much got just because I thought the cover was pretty. I got it from a thrift store for 25 cents, okay? We have 3 books by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and I'm excited about them. Haven't read them though. We have this edition of The Little Prince, and it has a little inscription. I love you, Drew, always, Grandma. Yeah, I'm keeping it forever. Because you also can tell Drew read this, like, or somebody did, and it's very well loved. So I'm keeping that forever. I have this edition of The Hobbit, which is like illustrated, but it's huge. So I'm thinking this, as well as this version of The Little Prince, I'm going to store. We have What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, which I also got in a little free library, as well as this one, Songs of a Dead Dreamer and Grim Scribe. This one by Dostoevsky. This is The House of the Dead. This is another little library find from that same video, as well as these 2. We also found Slaughterhouse-5. And this is a book of 50 poems for 50 years. It's called Weaving Sundown in a Scarlet Light. So I think I'm gonna add this to our poetry collection. Okay, more freaking classics. Pride and Prejudice, Kafka on the Shore. I guess those were the only classics in that pile. But we also have Separate Checks. This is a book that I really liked. I annotated a little bit. Not sure why I kept this. I'm never gonna reread it. I did like it, but I'm not attached to it. So I think I'm gonna donate this. Give somebody else an opportunity to read it. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I don't see myself picking this up anytime soon, but this book means a lot to me because it's a special edition that one of my friends actually like put a little inscription in. I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't see myself reading it anytime soon, so I think I'm gonna store it. Same thing with The Fairy Tale World of Arthur Rackham. This book is just really beautiful. Like, it has some killer illustrations and stuff, and I think one day, like when I have a house or something, I will set this out as like decor, but it's just taking up space. Then we have Leaves of Grass, which one of you guys so kindly sent me. You know who you are, and this is one of my prized possessions. Like, it means so much to me. Also, she crocheted this. Don't make me cry. We have The Wager by David Gran. Don't know when I'm gonna get around to it, but I would love to. Writers and Lovers by Lily King. This is a book that I have read, so we can add it to our read pile. I really liked it. I annotated this. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. This is another one that I have read. I really loved it, and it's a signed first edition. The Iliad and the Odyssey, I think I'm gonna store, because again, this is a beautiful edition, but this is not what I'm gonna read if I read the Iliad and the Odyssey. Like, I'll probably get like a smaller edition of this. I wouldn't read it out of this one. Last but not least on this freaking stack, we have Oh Sinners, which is honestly my favorite book that I read last year. I read it as an ARC, so I had to buy a physical copy of it. This book snaps. It is so good. Highly recommend. I'm gonna go take a couple deep breaths and organize the chaos that I just created around me that you cannot see, and then we will finish off with my mass paperbacks. Bestie, I can see the finish line. We are so close. We just have these giant stacks of books to go through. All of these, I saw that coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These 12 books are all a part of the Stephanie Plum, Jane Ivanovich series. I don't need all of them, but I don't want to get rid of them. So I have read the first 4 books in this series, so I feel like I could take 4 more books and try to read 4 of them this year. So I think these we will store, and I will take with me 5, 6, 7, 8. So these ones are the ones I'm going to keep in my collection. These 4 I will leave here also, so I'm gonna store these ones. Waylander, I have read this one. I really loved it. Okay, it's just gonna be a lot. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, To Kill a Mockingbird, My Family and Other Animals. I think I'm gonna donate this one because I have tried to read it. There's a bookmark in it. I don't think I'm gonna get around to this one, so I think we're gonna donate that one. These ones will stay. Diana, I just picked it up from a thrift store for 25 cents. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it. Ooh, we got some goodies. The Yellow Wallpaper, The Metamorphosis, and this one is Green Hand. Again, it's kind of like that other one. Like, I started to read this and I don't think I'm gonna finish it. Anna Karenina, The Awakening. Then we have some fantasy books. So we have another David Gemmell. I have a lot in this collection. This one Kayla actually got for me. Then we have Mistborn. We have that trilogy right here. That one I think I'll keep on hand because I'll probably read that soon. We have Jane Eyre, which I am 113 pages into, and I just haven't completed it. Animal Farm, which I have read. Really love that book. Another copy of Brave New World, but this is like a vintage falling apart edition that I don't think I'm gonna keep with me. I don't even think I'll keep this, to be honest. I think I'm gonna donate this one. Dante's Inferno, The Bell Jar, which I have read. This is like my prized possession copy. This one I annotated the hell out of. Like, this is, I went in when I read this. Through Wolf's Eyes, which is a high fantasy book that I was really into, and I can't seem to get past the first 160 pages of it. Here's the story behind this. I actually picked up the second book in this series from a used bookstore, and I did the same thing where I read like 150 pages of it and then just set it down and never finished it. But I realized it was the second book in the series, and I donated it, and it haunted me. This book, the story kept coming back, and I kept being like, man, what book was that? Like, I really want want to read that, and then I remembered it was that book. And I ended up finding this in another used bookstore, and I was so excited about it, and I just haven't picked it up. I think I am gonna keep it because I know it'll haunt me. Like this story, I don't know what it is. Wolves are my favorite animal, so maybe that has to do with it. I think I will read this at some point. These ones right here are all David Gemmell. They are a part of that Waylander like legend series. So we have Waylander book 2, Quest for the Lost Heroes, The King Beyond the Gate, In the Realm of the Wolf, The First Chronicles of Druss the Legend, as well as Sword in the Storm, which I don't know. Yeah, this one is signed. It's signed. I'm never getting rid of this. This is not a part of this series. I think, yeah, this is book 1 in a different series. Another Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the second Mistborn set of series. It gets complicated. The Cosmere is complicated, okay? The Twilight Wife. This is a book that I read that I really, really loved. It was like it's a thriller that had me gripped. I was gonna read this again for spooky season, and I just don't see myself rereading this. I don't think it'll have the same punch the second time around. I have these 3 poetry books that my mom passed down to me, so they're not going anywhere. Tea with the Black Dragon. I got this from a little library. I'm not gonna read it. Scythe, which I am gonna read. This sounds so good. The Thief of Always, a fable. I got this also from a little library, and I just don't think I'm gonna read this like anytime soon. And again, we're trying to be harsh. We're trying to be harsh here. Okay, we have these 3 graphic novels. We have Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Iliad, which I have read all 3 of these, but I think at different times I want to reread them. I probably won't pick up the Iliad again anytime soon, so this might be one that I store, but for spooky season I really do want to reread these ones, so I'm gonna keep these, but I'm gonna donate this one. Store. I am not donating this. I got this for my birthday in Wyoming at a really nice bookstore, so I'm not getting rid of this. Witch's Blood by C.K. Jensen. They are a fellow indie author, and they hosted a giveaway over on their Instagram, and I won it, and I am so excited. This is like a prized possession of mine. So go ahead, give them some love, show them some support by giving them a follow. I will link them as well as everybody else that I've been mentioning in this video down below. We have The Rights of Iron, which Trevor actually picked this up for me. He went to a book event with one of his friends, and the author was there signing copies, so he picked this up. The Song of Achilles. I do think I'm gonna reread this soon. I have read this. I love this book so much. I think I'm gonna reread it. Yeah, I think I like this little life. I have been told to read this. Kayla loves this book. I don't see myself reading this. I think I'm gonna donate it. This book right here contains a physical copy of The 6 Deaths of the Saint, which is my favorite writing of all time. Highly recommend checking that out. It's on Kindle Unlimited. And also in this collection, This Is Going Nowhere. My dream in life is to have this signed by Alex E. Harrow. I think I might store that, actually. I don't want anything bad happening to it. Okay, moving on to this last stack. You guys, we're so close. We have The Count of Monte Cristo, which I have read. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I do want to reread this soon. We have Dracula, The Great Gatsby, Dune, Ethan Frome and Other Short Fiction, A Matter of Prejudice, The Turn of the Screw, Madame Bovary, The Brothers Karamazov, Middlemarch, Moby Dick, Wuthering Heights, Frankenstein, Catcher in the Rye, The Last Tycoon, and these last 2 are not classics, but I have Women Who Run with Wolves, which I am in the middle of, so we'll add this to my currently reading stack. Hidden Pictures, which I just picked this up from a thrift store. That's it. That's the end of the video. Just kidding. Now I have to actually do something with these books. So I just counted up all of my books, including the different categories they have. So we're gonna go ahead and break down the different categories and also come up with our total for how many books I have in my home. Starting off with the first category of donate, I have 23 books in my donate pile, 23 books that I'm going to put into storage, 38 books that I have read, 5 that I am currently reading, and 116 books that I have not read and I'm keeping, giving me a grand total of 205 books. That's a lot more than I thought there would be. Oh no, oh no. Okay, besties, I officially cleaned up there and I realized I need to put all of the books that I want to read into our spinner wheel. That is what I'm going to do right now. So the way I'm going to do this is by putting in any books that I think I could actually see myself reading if the wheel chose it for me. I have completed the spinner wheel. We have 59 entries. I went ahead and customized the colors as well as the sound effects and whatnot that play. So I'm very, very happy with this. But now that this is done, I have to put my books away into the bookshelf. Hey besties, so I'm not gonna lie, it's been a couple hours. I went and grabbed food with Trevor. I did end up finishing my shelves. I will show you guys some footage right now. I am not that happy with what I ended up coming up with. I won't lie. There are still books in my closet, and no, I am not going to be showing you that because they are just thrown in there right now. I don't really have them separated into genre or anything. I mainly did it based off of like color and vibe. I ended up adding a few more books to the what I need to store pile because I genuinely have too many books. It's just, today was too much. I should have known that doing this much in one day was gonna be too much. That is gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you liked it, or at the very least were entertained. Be sure to give it a like if you did. Drop a book emoji if you are still here watching this video. If you would like to join the book club, the link is down below. Make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time that I post a new video, and I'll see you in the next one, friend. Bye!